Guys, it's here. The Maximum Series Spider-Man is now officially in my possession. Allow me one moment to crudely open this thing up. Okay, I didn't want to do that on camera because 10 years into collecting these and I'm still terrible at opening them. But, just looking at this thing, I'm gonna go ahead and state the obvious. It's gorgeous. It's just flat out gorgeous. Now let's see how it feels. It articulates mostly like any other Spider-Man. Alright, these arms are a bit tight. I'm gonna chalk that up to it being new. Alright, this is my first point of contention. Spider-Man should be able to look up a bit higher than that. I did watch Shardaman's Prime's video on how to, make it look up a bit more. I'm gonna have to revisit that. The newest thing here is the toe joints. Let me try to get him into a pose where the toe joints come of use. Alright, I'm not exactly the best poser in the world, but I did find that neck hinge, and yep, that toe joint sure is coming into use. I got him back into a vanilla pose so I could revisit the legs, and I gotta say, this gap, I don't know if you can see it, you probably can't because the lighting is terrible, but these legs, the way they looked, scared the shit out of me. But don't worry, these legs are dropped down. See? Anyway. Woo! Sorry, that was terrible. But yes. This is ultimate Spider-Man articulation right here. Can he kick his own ass? Come on. I watched Robo too. Bing! Sorry. I'm probably gonna get sued for that. Now this is how far back the head can really go. That sounded so wrong. And my dumbass just remembered that I actually have a lamp that can make showing this off so much easier. Now that being said, let's take a closer look at this guy. Now these web lines are painted on. They are not sculpted on like the MCU Spider-Man figures. And I gotta say, each and every one of these lines is painted on flawlessly. Apologies if it gets out of focus sometimes. I'm doing this on my iPhone. I also apologize for any background noise you may hear. Just doing a quick 360 of the torso. Taking a look at the boots here. Yep. This figure is so clean, I'm so in love. And what impresses me the most is that they managed to hide the toe joints pretty well. Except when you do this. But I don't think anyone's gonna be doing this. We may have explored the Maximum Series Spider-Man figure, but we are not done yet, because there are a shit ton of accessories to go through. Starting off with the interchangeable heads, we have an unmasked Peter Parker head and a sus Spider-Man head. I don't know what to call that. Now I know some people don't really like this Peter Parker head, or at least don't care for it, but I actually don't have any other Peter Parker heads, so this is a first for me, and I'm happy with it. On the other hand, I'm not too sure what the point of this was. I mean, if you look at it from afar, this looks a lot like the head that comes on the actual figure. Next, let's take a look at the web-related accessories. Starting off with the web lines, they're actually pretty flimsy, and I'm okay with that. Just wasn't expecting these to be so bendable, you know? Yeah, these are cool. I like them. Next, let's take a look at this web bullet, I guess. I don't know. But I thought this was something that he would be able to hold as he's like, punching someone. But I don't think it is anymore. So, yeah, I guess this is just the web as it's midair. That's nice. Moving on, we have the splayed out web. Now this is when the web is hitting something. We see this all the time in Spider-Man movies. and in the comics. So this is pretty cool. I like this a lot. And yeah, you will be seeing me using these in my stop motion movies from now on. Now this next one took me by surprise. This is a web shield. Now, I'm pretty sure I have heard of Spider-Man making a shield with his webs. It just isn't something I see him do often. So I wasn't expecting to have it come with this figure. But then again, this is the Maximum Series Spider-Man, so I honestly should have expected it. That's my bad. The figure also comes with this stand, and I don't know what to do with it, so someone help me out in the comments, please. And finally, we have 5 sets of extra hands. So 12 hands total if you want to count the hands that the figure already comes with. First up, we have the thwip hands, which are essential to any Spider-Man figure. But these hands don't match. Very interesting choice on Hasbro's part. Next, we have some redundant thwip hands, except these have some web coming out of them. Now, these webs don't actually attach to any other accessory, so I kind of find this a little lame, not gonna lie. Now, these are a relatively new addition to Spider-Man figures, I believe starting with the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man. These are the web gripping hands. Lastly, we have the gloveless web shooter hands. Now, I'm not really a big fan of these. They don't have any points in articulation, and I understand why, because looking at these ports, which actually port into the base of the arm rather than the wrist, it wouldn't really work to put a hinge in the wrist, because then this would be like, I don't know, too hollow. So I get why they didn't do that. The only thing special is, again, they import at the base of the arm rather than the wrist. So a cool accessory for anyone else, but not really for me. Now, I was mistaken earlier when I said those were the last of the accessories, because boom, we have Spidey Sense depicted in action figure form for the first time in Hasbro history. And this looks awesome. Oh my god, the potential of this. I'm flabbergasted by how good this looks. And with that, we have explored the Maximum Series Spider-Man and all of its accessories. Considering the price of this thing, which was $50, which is expensive as hell for a Marvel Legends figure, along with the slight overabundance of accessories in my opinion, I'm going to give this figure a solid 9.3 out of 10. Anyway guys, I literally just got this in the mail and I thought I'd share my raw thoughts with y'all, so let me know what you thought about my thoughts in the comments below. Peace out.